Subscribe the Ielts Guide channel and press the bell icon for the regular updates of
Hello
Ielts
guys,
video.
welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Ielts Guide channel. Today we are going to talk about Ielts writing task 2 and this is our today's question. We are going to follow band 9 on structure for the body paragraph A and body paragraph B, as well as a structure for introduction and conclusion paragraph. And I am going to give you a full example of Ielts writing task 2 in this video, friends. So let's read the question together. You should spend about 40 minutes on this task. Some people believe limiting the speed is the best way for the road safety, while others believe there are other ways to do this. Discuss both these views and give your own opinion. You should write at least 250 words. Okay, now let's focus on the question. I am going to give you how you should deal with the question so that you can easily write the full essay in the time limit of 40 minutes. Okay, so some people believe limiting the speed is the best way for the road safety. So they are talking about the road safety, and some group of people think that limiting the speed means nowadays the drivers drive the vehicles on very high speed, and that is the major cause of the road accidents, right? Fatal accidents, death causing accidents, right? So the best way for the road safety is limiting the speed, while there are other group of people, they believe that rather than limiting the speed, other measures should be required, right? So they haven't talked about what are the other measures or what are the other rules that we should follow for the road safety. So we have to write down that on our own, and then we have to discuss this, right? Okay, so discuss both the views and give your opinion. So we have to discuss both the views over here. Means we cannot say that I am agree with the first group of people and then discuss about that only. We have to discuss both these views and then we have to give our opinion also over here. So in the first paragraph, I am going to talk about first group of people, means limiting the speeds, right? I am going to talk on that topic only, on that idea only, because we have two idea over here. And then in the second paragraph, in the body paragraph B, I am going to talk about other measures. What are the other measures that we should follow for the road safety? And then I am also going to give my opinion. Even I am going to give my opinion in the introduction only, right? Because I am going to follow a proper structure for the introduction task, that is hook statement and thesis statement. Okay, but before that, let's talk about limiting the speed. Means what are the ideas that are in my mind so that I can write for the body paragraph 1 for the limiting speed topic, right? So it is good to just note down some points before starting your essay, so that points can be helpful for you for writing the essay, right? So limiting the speed means I am just thinking about high speed is the major cause, right? Main problem is, what is the main problem? The high speed is the main problem for the accidents. Means when you have to write this topic by considering that limiting the speed means what are the advantage of limiting the speeds and what are the disadvantage of high speeds, right? You can think like that so that you can have some ideas to note down the points, and that these points you will use to make a sentence for the body paragraphs, right? So high speed is the major cause for the death causing accidents, and massive collisions and damages are caused because of the high speeds, and massive injuries, I think, because there is only one thing in my mind, that is accident for the high speed, right? So I'm just note down all the words related to the accidents only, and then I can add one example, and I also can give some solutions if I have. I try to cover this much points in the body paragraph 1 for the essay, right? So now let's talk the other measures. What are the other measures that we should cover in our other group of people's idea? So I think that zebra crossing, right? Because pedestrians are really need zebra crossings, right? Zebra crossings can be helpful for increasing the road safety for the pedestrians, right? And then cycling tracks are also helpful right? Then street lights, yes, of course, street lights are very helpful for some period of time, right? So I'm going to use this word to make a good sentences. Then wider roads, yes, the wider roads also helpful, because here there are here in my area roads are so narrow, so I just come to this topic that wider road might be the option in the other measures, right? And then I can give the examples if I have, right? So this is how I am going to start the essay. In every essay you just note down the points so that it will be helpful for you, and just you have to spend 2 minutes at least, right? Then you can easily complete your essay, because you don't have to think in between essay that what you are going to write. Just make the notes, just make the points that will be helpful for you. Okay, now let's start the essay. So let's focus on the band 9 answer structure first. So we are going to follow this answer structure, that is introduction, body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2 and conclusion. Okay, so now let's focus on the introduction task. In case of introduction, we are going to follow structure, that is we are going to write only 2 sentences in the introduction. The first sentence should be the hook statement, and second statement should be the thesis statement. Now hook statement is the one which is the paraphrased version of the main question, right? So I just paraphrase the main question for making my hook statement. So let's read the hook statement together. Few individuals think restricting the pace is the finest method for road safety, whereas others think there are other methods to execute this. So you can see that I just paraphrase the question over here, and if you read this then also you can understand that I just replace few words, I use synonyms to make the paraphrase, right? So this is the best way to write your introduction. And in case of a thesis statement, you have to give your own opinion. So I just say that the following essay will discuss both the views in details, because I am going to discuss both these views, right? Because they have asked us to do this, right? But in my personal opinion, I do believe that the combination of both ideas would ensure a better road safety. So here I have given my already I have given my opinion, that is I believe that combination of both ideas would ensure a better road safety. Of course, right? We are talking about road safety, right friends? So means we are going to do whatever in our hand to make a road more safer, right? Because accidents are death causing, right? So we cannot take any chance. We cannot say that limiting the speed is the option, or we cannot say that zebra crossing or cycle tracking is the option, right? We have to do whatever we can do, right? So combination of all of these, right? If we can do everything, then it is very good for road safety, right? At least we can save someone, right? If we increase the road safety, right? So I think that combination of both the ideas are necessary, right? If we can implement both the ideas, then we can have a better road safety. I do believe that, right? So that in my opinion, I said that combination of both the ideas might be better, right? So let's move to the body paragraph A, and let's see the structure we are going to follow for the body paragraph. So sentence 1 should be the main idea, sentence 2, 3 should be the explanation of your main idea, sentence 4 should be an example, and sentence 5 should be your summary of your main idea. So now let's see how I make the sentence 1, because I am going to talk about limiting speed topic only in this sentence, right? So let's focus on the sentence 1. On the one hand, I started with on the one hand because I have 2 ideas, so it is really good to start with on the one hand and then on the other hand in the second paragraph, right? So on the one hand, overspeed is one of the major factors for the roadside fatalities, and by doing decisive measures we can improve the road safety effectively, right? So I just make a sentence that give idea regarding I am going to talk on the high speed, right? Limiting the speed is the good way. I am going to talk on that. Okay, so now I am going to explain it. The road accidents due to high speed vehicles are mortal because there are high chances of intra-abdominal injury due to massive collisions to another vehicles, and stab wound due to a sharp object, right? I'm just describing how dangerous is the accident over here, right? So it will give the good explanation for my main idea and support my main idea, right? And consequently, the mortality of passenger happens due to these massive injuries, right? So it is really dangerous, right? So this explanation support my main idea, right, that we should limit the speed, right? For instance, now I am going to add an example to support my main idea. For instance, in Saudi Arabia, road traffic accident is the major cause of death due to high-speed vehicles collision in a highway. So I just have a idea regarding the Saudi Arabia, right? Because on their highways we have to maintain a particular high speed, right? So there are so many accidents over there, but they found the solution. So I thought that I should add some solution in the summary task. So I said that therefore, by monitoring vehicle speed through a surveillance camera and traffic warden and limit the vehicle speed in cities and motorways can effectively control the traffic accident and enhance road safety or road security, right? So it is really good to use this kind of advanced technology, surveillance camera and traffic warden, and limit the speeds in the particular areas, right? So this kind of technologies are using in the Arabian countries nowadays. So I thought that I should cover these in the summary task, right? So this is how I made the body paragraph 1, and I just also try to give a solution, right? Because we have to limit the speed, but we should know where we have to limit the speed, right? What are the things that we are going to use to limit the speed, right? So these are the things: surveillance camera, traffic warden, and limiting the speed in the cities and motorways can be effectively control the traffic accidents, right? So this is the body paragraph 1. Now let's move to the body paragraph 2. We are going to talk about the other measures over here. So now we are going to follow the same structure. Sentence 1 should be the main idea, 2, 3 should be the explanation, 4 should be your example, 5 should be a summary. As I told you, you can modify this structure as per your convenience, as far as your essay should go in a flow so that examiner can enjoy reading your essay, right? Now let's talk about the first sentence, that is main idea. On the other hand, as I told you, I am going to start the second paragraph by saying, on the other hand, some people propose alternative approaches that I also believe help make roads safer, right? So other measures, and I also believe that the other measures can be helpful, right? As I told you, I think that both the things are necessary, right? So I am not saying that I am just in the favor of limiting the speed or I am in the favor of alternative approaches. Both the things are necessary. So here I use that I also believe help makes roads safer, right? So explanation: firstly, all roads must have pedestrian friendly features such as zebra crossing and cycling tracks. No matter how slow motorized vehicles are driven, they pose a significant threat to cyclists, pedestrians, and disabled individuals, right? I just try to cover that. And no matter how slow motorized vehicles are driven, right? We cannot say that if the vehicle is only in the high speed, then only they can do accident, right? Vehicle even in the slow speed also vehicle can cause a accident, right? So here I am trying to say that we should focus on each and every aspect to make a road safer, right? So this is a good explanation to support this idea. Now I think that I should explain more because I don't have any example, but I have something more to explain. So I think that here I am going to skip the example topic, right? And as I told you, we can change our structure as per our convenience, right? We can modify it. So now let's see the second explanation. Moreover, properly functioning street lights regulate traffic's flow and tremendously reduce the chances of vehicle collisions, right? As I told you, yes, of course there are street lights, but it should be regulate traffic's flow, means it should be properly functioning street lights, right? so we need a street light and particular time for switch on that street lights, right? So it is really important, right? Because sometimes 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. Is the hours where the accidents are more, because that time the sun is going to set and the atmosphere is not means there is not much light, right? So at that time street light should be on, right? So properly functioning street lights are necessary, right? Then also wider roads play a significant role in making the roads safer, right? It is a really good important, it is I think it is really more important, wider roads, right? Because if the roads are wider, then driver can control easily and we have a lot of space to control and do anything, right? So I am going to explain more, or we can say I am going to add a summary, but it is something like explanation only, so I think that I am going to continue explanation. Driving on a narrow road is not only difficult for vehicle drivers but also for cyclists and pedestrians. Making roads wider allows this traffic to move smoothly and avoid any collisions, right? As I told you, wider roads are really good, really important, right? Really important for the road safety. So we cannot say that only limiting the speed is the option. These all options are also really good, and if we can implement everything, limiting the speeds by using a surveillance camera and whatever areas we have to define the speed, right? And then we can use all these approaches, then we can, I think that combination of all these ideas should be a greater thing to make the road safer, right? So now let's move to the conclusion task. And in the conclusion we are going to write the two sentences. The first sentence should be the restate the main idea, right? We should not write anything extra in the conclusion. We should have to restate our main idea, and then we have to restate our argument, right? So restate the main idea. In conclusion, although motor speed control is mandatory to improve road security, other additional rules will also help to reduce fatality rate due to roadside disasters. As I told you, we are not going to add anything extra. So I said that although motor speed control is mandatory to improve the road safety, I am not saying that it is not mandatory, it is not good. I said that it is also good, but other additional rules are also good, right? So we cannot skip anything, right? We should look for both the things. So I strongly believe that, now I am going to restate my argument. I strongly believe that both measures will improve road safeness, right? So it is really good and good conclusion, we can say that, right? So I think that's it for today in this essay, and if we see the whole essay, then it is look like this, and in the examination if you write, then it might look like this. And if you talk about how many words, then I think that these approximately 300 words we have covered in this essay, and it is really good. So this is a really good essay, and you should follow this structure and this method for your essay. And I think that's it for today, friends, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you have any question, then please do mention in the comment section below. If I have made any mistake, then please also make the comment in the comment section below. If you have more ideas related to this topic, if you have any suggestion for this particular essay, then please do mention in the comment section below, so that we can learn from each other's comment. And thank you for joining me. I will see you in the next video. Till then, you take care, my friends, and bye bye.